Hey there, thank you so much for watching Lighthouse TV. Today I'm excited to bring you a prolific woman. It's kind of like having your very own like Maya Angelou or something. She is a lady who is just a big, giant beacon of light. Whenever you talk to her, you just feel warm, you just feel love. I think the first time I met her in person, I think she hugged me, which always gives me points. So I'm really, really excited to bring you today's guest, so stay tuned.
Your love's unending, so pursuing, stays renewing my heart. So pour the load of love you hold, God. Show me more of who you are. If you could sacrifice yourself again, just for me, you'd go to the end to see me.
So welcome back. I'm so glad to introduce you guys to Miss Marquita Jax. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Praise God, praise God.
Yeah, so I have to tell everybody a little bit about how we met. We actually met through Praise 95, which Praise 95 is our gracious host today.
Yeah.
But Miss Kita, like, there are a million things that you do. First, though, before I get started, I want to tell everybody a little bit about you as a nail tech, because I've seen some of your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. How did you get into doing that? How did you?
Let's see. Let's see. My oldest son he'll be 30. So about 32 years ago, when I went to prom or whatever, my mom had done my nails. I've always been a tomboy, nails, whatever. So, but I'm an artist. I love art. I draw. I do, all kind of things with my hands. And so I got my friends and things after the prom or whatever, and they wanted art on their nails. So I started just drawing little things on their natural nail or whatever. And then it got to be where it's like, okay, let's play with the acrylic, the same stuff my mama had, and I played with mine. And then I played with my friends. And then I went and did an internship for a few years and went to college and kept doing nails all through college, graduated, came home, did corporate, still did nails.
Right.
So it's just always been the good standby.
Right.
Yeah, and it's art, and I love art. And I like, the outcome. I like folks that look at their nails and be like, ooh, So.
Well, I have to tell you guys, like, I saw some of her work. I think I might have even seen some of your work before I actually met you in person,
Wow,
but I didn't
okay.
connect the dots that you were the person who had done my friend's nails.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I can, I'm going to have to insert a couple clips of just some of your, because when she says she does art, she does art. But behind all the beauty, like, and the, aesthetic beauty, there's just a beautifulness outside that, coming from your inside. And like I said, I recognized that the first time we met. I'll never forget, I was sitting out there in the lobby and you came in, she just had this big smile. You would think that we had known each other forever, and we had never, actually, I think we only knew through group nails. I didn't know you did nails outside of your show. She's also got a show on Praise 95. What are some of the things you've talked about on your show?
Oh, Lord, child. Everything. So anywhere between recipe remix, because I love to cook. I love to cook. So recipe remix, how to save money, how to make chicken for the month in one day. Healthy tips about our health, hypertension and diabetes, things that are, kind of plaguing the chocolate community.
Right.
Different community issues, particularly here in Kansas City. One of my closest friends, she has an organization. She lost her only child to gun violence.
Oh.
And so I party with her from time to time, and so I talk about those kind of issues as well. Just the Lord, head girl,
right?
And just understanding that music is more than just melody and stuff to play,
right?
But it is ministering to you if you sit still and listen to the words,
right.
So it's more than just music.
Okay, so that is a great segue. I hope you guys are counting. Take a little tally, right, at home. So she's a nail technician, a gifted nail technician. What she didn't mention when she talked about all of her meals and all that is that she has a heart to serve in food as a ministry. She's a caterer. And as she talks about music, when I tell you she can sing.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
No, let me fix that. She can sing. Like I sing, you know, she can sing. Wait, so I was reading, you guys don't know, but before I interview anyone, I send them pre-interview questions just to give me a little bit of their background and to keep the show from being an hour and a half long. You're welcome. Yeah, and I saw like that you've been singing since you were young, a young child, but I found it really, really interesting. You said, I always thought I could impersonate somebody singing or sound like somebody who sings, but I never thought I could sing.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Oh Lord, yeah. Music has always been like you could cut me and I would bleed music, you know. And so it's always been an escape. I just thought that I could mimic everybody well. When I was coming up, okay, I'm dating myself. Shaka Khan and Earth, Wind and Fire and all them people with those beautiful voices. Stephanie Mills is like, you know, Luther Vandross, all of them. I'm like, ooh, you know, so I'm thinking, I'm listening to it. I'm listening to the words. I might as well copy it, you know. So, but I never thought I could sing. I'll tell you when I found out, I really stopped singing for a long time. Because in the 3rd grade, my teacher, I remember her name was Miss Glass. And Miss Glass brought her tape recorder in. You know, we're kids. Back then, tape recorders were a big thing back then.
Yes.
Big thing. So she brought it in. She let everybody do something on it. And so when she got to me, she said, well, what are you going to do? Now, I'm this shy little dark girl, only little dark girl in the class. I'm already just, you know, a little overdeveloped. So when she got to me, she said, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, okay, I'll sing. So I sung Shaka Khan. Oh God, what's the name of the song? God,
Sweet Thing.
Sweet Thing, girl. Oh my God. So I sung that, and she just sat there. And you know, I'm like, and I knew I was gonna get a whooping, cause in the 3rd grade, I'm singing Sweet Thing. I'm singing the grown folk song, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a whooping. She gonna call my grandmama. But she never said anything. She just sat there. So I put the mic down. I went back to my seat, and she just sat there. And everybody just sat there. Nobody did anything. So I was like, oh God. I got to my grandmother's house. She said, well, how was your day? I was like, good. You know. And then she said, well, Miss Glass called me. I was like, oh. But my grandmother didn't say nothing. She's like, yeah, she said, what? All she said was, yeah, she said, she really enjoyed you today. I was like, okay. But she never ever said anything else to me about it. So I was like, yep, that's it. Nobody else hears me sing again. I stopped singing. I would be in my room. I had the radio on, or even if I didn't, my mama always thought it was the radio. She didn't know it was me. She's like, girl! But I would be singing like those folks, just like them, because I thought, well, that's what's good. I mean, not me. I'm just gonna sing like them.
I still feel like I'm trying to figure out what does my voice sound like.
Yeah.
Like I know I can sing like XYZ and I can, you know, do this like, but what's the voice that God gave me? What does that sound like? Do you feel like you figured that out?
Always. I've never figured it out, honestly. I think I find it after I learn the song, maybe. I might find my voice in there somewhere, especially because now that I'm older, words mean everything to me. Words mean everything to me. And so if it's a song that ministers to me, which likely it is, I don't usually sing songs that don't to me.
Right.
So then I find a voice later. And it blows my mind because I don't know where it comes from.
Right.
Because I really, like you said, I just didn't hear my voice. I heard the artist's voice. So now it's like, okay, that song there, that right there, okay. I can sing this song, you know. So it,
So that's amazing. Yeah, I can totally see you singing Shaka Khan.
Ooh, Lord,
I can see that.
Maybe not now.
Ooh, I thought I was Tina Marie. I was like, until I saw the album cover, and then I was like,
She's vanilla.
yeah, but she's my favorite vanilla.
Oh yeah. She's cold. She's another one that I would, get into and just think, I just thought it was cool to sound like them. I had one best friend that I would sing for all the time, and she was so pretty. She really was pretty. She's deceased now. LaWanda, I love you. But she was the one friend that would always, she just sing for me. Just sing for me. And it just blew my mind. I'm like, well, you're crazy. She was like, okay, sing Luther. Okay, sing. She just list all these people. Okay. She could sit with me all day long and do that. It was really weird. It was really weird. But you know, I have to say today that I appreciate her because I didn't, you know, she never. I guess I never thought that it was, you know, sounded like something.
Right.
It sounded like them.
Right.
You know, so. Yeah.
But that's awesome that you had a friend that was able to pour into you that way and encourage you in that. Yeah.
I did have another girl that tried to beat me up though.
Stop it.
I'm so serious. After I sung in Miss Glad class in the 3rd grade, she came up to me, show me how to sing. She was a bully. I was like, I don't know how to show you how to sing.
Just for the record, that would be not the way to approach someone.
I was like, I don't know how to show you how to sing, but you know, but yeah.
Wow.
Weird experiences with music, but
Children
music,
are something.
Children are something.
Yeah. So I might even see if I can put a little clip of Miss Keita singing as well. About your family. You are not originally, you were not born in Kansas City, Missouri. You were born in Kansas City, Kansas, right. But you've lived in Kansas City, Missouri your whole life. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you have a son?
Mm-hmm. I have 3.
3 sons, okay.
I have a weird girl. This is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Lay it on.
So, I have 3 sons. My oldest will be 30 in November. Yeah, and then I have an 18-year-old, mm-hmm. and then I have a 7-year-old. Yeah, so everybody's 11 years apart. Everybody's an only child. I have my 3 boys. I have 4 grandchildren. Uh-huh. I have she'll be Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the only girl. She'll be 9 in October. Mm-hmm. 2 twin boys that are something else. I love them. They are funny as heck. But they just turned 3, and then my littlest baby. So, and then my son's Gary get married.
Get out of here! Congratulations!
Yeah. So I mean, you know,
y'all have to bring your future daughter-in-law by my. You know, I work part-time in a bridal shop.
Oh wow! Okay.
Emily Hart Bridal. She didn't pay me to say that.
Yeah. Okay, Tiffany, we got someplace to go, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, my husband is 11 years older than me. I don't know what God is doing with 11s, but another child won't come in 11 years. Trust me. We had that situated before I left the hospital.
All right.
But we've been married now for 12 years.
Congratulations.
So, and I thank God for this man. I mean, you know, being a parent is hard, mm-hmm. as it is. But coming in, being a step parent, you know, to boys particularly, mm-hmm. and father, boys are territorial. I mean, my middle son immediately just clung to him. Oh. The oldest loves and respects him. They have a good relationship now, but he just stepped in and it wasn't anything to him. He had no children, mm-hmm. none. Matter of fact, didn't think he could have any.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were 5 years into our marriage before I got pregnant with that little boy at 43.
Right.
So he's our miracle kid. At the same time, I just, you know, God sets things up.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, because we really, you know, like, hey, we're just gonna have those 2 boys and they're gonna get out and then that's it. But then God gave me little Roger and big Roger, and so
there you go.
I am the oldest grandchild of all my grandparents' children, mm-hmm. Grandchildren rather, and then the's not another.
Did your grandmother raise you?
No, my mom.
Okay.
My mom, single parent home.
Because you said, I know my grandmother's gonna beat you.
Girl. My grandfather's wife is probably who I have more association with than my maternal grandmother. Mm-hmm. So. My mom came from a single parent home. Mm-hmm. She did a fabulous job with the 2 of us and our cousins and them.
Right.
Because we always had, it's just me and my brother, but it was never just me and my brother. Mm-hmm. So that's about it. That's all. I think that's it. That's all I keep.
And then there's you doing amazing. And I totally see you being the type of person that welcomes all the peripheral children in too.
You know what? My oldest son got the benefit of that more than anything. Mm-hmm. He really did, because all of his friends, I tell you what, Roger didn't know from day to day which ones were my sons, because I always had my adopted sons. Mm-hmm. Really. So I mean, yeah, you're right. I did. Now I'm a little older.
Right.
You know, come and eat, get you a plate. and go home.
Right.
You know, kind of like, I like the quiet a little bit more now. So
You say you're a little bit older. Do you mind sharing how old?
no, 50. I turned 50 this year.
50, you guys. Did you see
By the grace
this
of God.
beauty? Yes.
Oh, Lord.
And that's not just, so there's a reason that I had you spill your beans to everybody. I want you to tell everybody about the amazing initiative that you have asked your friends to partner with you on for this beautiful celebration of 50 years of you in the world.
My mother's a generous person, and she raised me to be a generous person as well. I love giving. I love blessing people. I love seeing people just surprised by, especially if you're having a bad day, you know, a smile, anything, you know, the smallest things bless people. So anyway, I turned 50 this year, and I was really feeling so much pressure, for real. This is the weirdest thing, okay? Because my close friends, Joy, Jessica, they were on me because they were like, well, what are you gonna do for your 50th? You know, them, my mama and them, everybody's like, you 50, we gotta do it big, you know? And it drove me crazy, for real, trying to think of what I wanted for myself. I couldn't figure out a thing. And it was just really, it just got to be so much pressure. It was like, forget it. I'm not gonna do nothing. What I'm gonna do is find 50 ways to be a blessing to somebody else.
50
You know what I mean?
ways to be a blessing to somebody else.
So that's my little campaign for 2018, 50 ways to be a blessing 2018. And so what I did was I made a list, and I alter it from time to time. I made a list of 50, between organizations and people, 50 different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's for kids or whether it's for adults, whether it's for, I make a commitment to pay for somebody's groceries. I know, honey, we didn't talk about that. I did that from time to time, it's okay. But pay for somebody's groceries, or, you know, cook a meal. Like I fixed meals for my pastors and all of them, you know, all of my pastoral staff. They didn't know it was coming. Because I cater, there's a business that supports me all of the time. So I fixed lunch for them maybe a couple of weeks ago. I mean, just something, anything, you know, pay it forward at the grocery store, at the gas station, just 50 ways to be a blessing to people. So whatever that means, I gotta still go to a nursing home and sing for one of my, he's like a play uncle, you know, so I'm planning to do that. Just something to be a blessing to other people. Just give it away.
I love it. I've seen some of the pictures of some of the little, you know, collections of food and things that have been a part of that. And I was just like, this woman is amazing. Like you are just amazing.
God
You don't
is
even
amazing.
have to be. Like this is the reason that this show exists, really, is because people need to understand that there are people just like you and I. She didn't say, even though I said she's like Maya Angelou, she probably doesn't have Maya Angelou's, you know, residual income coming in.
I don't have her income.
Yeah, but she has found a way to be the hands and feet of Christ in the giftings that you have. You're serving, you know, whether that is coming from the overflow of your heart by providing meals, whether that is sharing your beautiful voice with your congregation, because I heard it. I saw the video from Easter and I was like, okay, alrighty then. I'm like, I'm gonna have to beat you up and have you teach me how to sing.
Lord,
no, I won't. I won't even try it. Like, yeah, just your heart. And then in addition to that, you guys, you have to follow her on Facebook, because when she posts these little things in the morning, and it's not every morning, but it's like, it is like poetry, even though it's not like, it doesn't rhyme, but it's like a short story. It's like a devotional. Basically, you are writing devotionals. Did you ever think about it like that?
You know, God gives it to me and I just put it out there, you know. But I've been asked I need to put it in, you know, I don't know what to do with it, girl. Heck, it's just.
It's like you need a friend who does like digital content or something.
Yeah.
To help you organize it.
I'm telling you, you know what, and it has been so many years. Let me tell you, you know how Facebook does those memories? I had a memory pop up from 2012, right? And I read it, I was like, dang, I wrote that? I needed it.
Right.
At that time, I needed it. I was like, oh my God.
Right.
I didn't even remember writing it, you know. So it's like one of those kind of things where, like, sitting there and I'm listening to the Lord and I'm reading the scriptures and I'm like, okay, God, what you want? Okay, you know. And yeah, so some part of me, that was honestly that was one of the things that I said I was gonna do in 2018 was decide or put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, print it off, do what you need to do. I kind of got away from it because we like had more than half the year gone. So, but it was definitely something that I had committed to prayer. My husband has been on me. My mother's been on me. Different church members have been on me but I don't know. You know, it's just like the music, and God is working on me there because I'm still very nervous every time I sing. Every time I sing, I'm very nervous.
I understand for sure.
But it's the same way. It's like, okay, when I was a kid, you know, who wants to listen to me? You know, they like the other voices. And it kind of sort of is like that when it comes to writing. It's like, people like it.
But it's not just you. That's the thing, though, is that it's you in obedience to the Holy Spirit. Yeah. The Holy Spirit is giving you that gifting, and it's not just you. You just get to be the vessel for it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'll. I haven't put it on a bucket list, so to speak, but I've definitely had a couple of folks that won't let me laugh it off. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they laugh, oh, it's just right.
More than a couple now.
Yeah, no. But yeah. So any help that you can give me, Jamie?
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Y'all heard it.
I don't even know where to start. Oh God, I did say that out loud. Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
I won't go too deep into like your pre-interview questions, but just so you guys know, this overflow doesn't come from a life of no struggle and a life of everything was handed to her and a life of everything was fair and everything was just. Right. And so I think it's important that people understand that you are not your circumstances. You are not your upbringing. You are not the ways in which you were victimized. What made you decide that aside from the experiences that you had with abuse, that you would still be willing to put yourself out there and give love anyway?
The moment that I realized how, one, in retrospect, okay, I was never alone in any of those, whether it was from being a kid, from being bullied or abuse and sexual abuse. We can call it what it is. I don't even mind, but I was never alone. I realized that, but it took me a while to realize exactly what that meant, and just coming to the place where it's like, okay, you have always been there. You've always been there. God, you've always been there, and sometimes I won't say that my choices were, I blame my circumstances or whatever. At some point I consciously made bad choices. But man, just realizing that God loves me right on through it. He's been there. And I'm telling you, oh my gosh, we don't have enough time to talk about what I've done. But what I've been forgiven for is all of it because I asked for it. Right. It is amazing. And then that he would still use me. I'm getting goosebumps. Because it blows my mind that I'm worthy. I'm chosen. He does not need me, but he wants me. Right. That is something. Your kids need you. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But God wants you. That's like the ultimate, you don't even, you can snap your finger and I'll be gone. Like, I'm sick of you, go. But you're like, nah, every day I'm going to give you grace, 24 hours to try to get it right. But just knowing that kind of love, and not wanting people to ever go to the dark place. Yes. Where they are lonely or they feel rejected. All of those things that I came through caused me to have those kind of feelings. Right. And so that hurt. That hurt for so many years. And for so many years it defined who I was, what I did, how I felt, how I interacted with people or not. And I just know that God is just so good. Right. And he loves us so much. You never have to be bothered. You never have to have those feelings. Right. The reality is I've done some things, but my God, the greatest reality is my blessed assurance. Yes. I'm forgiven. Amen. And I'm loved in spite of, carried guilt and shame for a long time and allowed the devil to keep me under his thumb. But man, when you turn that thing over to the Lord, and then you say, you know what, I'm going to show you the same love that God showed me. So I am a person, my mantra, everybody's lovable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
Love
forgivable.
that.
Everybody. Because I know what I've done.
Right.
And if he forgives me, girl,
Amen.
I just can't. It's audacious. It's cocky. It's crazy to say, you know, I'm not fooling with you. I don't, because you know, if it was an excommunication that needed to take place, I'd be like, yeah, I deserve that,
Right.
God, okay.
Right.
But my God, every day, he loves on me, he takes care of me, he provides for me, even in my craziness now. One of my favorite scriptures is one that talks about Christ died even when we were his enemy, he died.
Yes.
Now, that means that he knew you and he knew me way before
Right.
we were born, knew what my life would be like, and said, Daddy, I'll go to the cross for it anyway. What kind of,
Right.
oh my God, you know, even coming to know Christ. Now, before Christ, we expect crazy people to act crazy. You know what I'm saying? You expect crazy people to act crazy. But coming to know Christ and then still making some bad choices.
Right.
And my God, you still love me?
Right.
That blows my mind. So I don't have it within me to not forgive. I don't have it within me not to love and not to see that in everybody. I just know it's in there. It's in there, and the right person needs to hug you. The right person needs to give you the right glance. The right person needs to, that's where 50 Ways comes from.
Right.
You know, the right person needs to be in the right place. I can't be everywhere.
Right. Right.
But all of y'all can be everywhere, hugging and loving somebody, paying it forward. Even, I mean, just the simple things to let somebody in front of you while you're driving. And I'm always waving at people. I know they probably think she's stupid.
No.
But when you let me in front of you, it's like, hey, thank you.
Right.
Because you can be so rude on the street. But
True.
yeah, so I mean, that's what keeps me from allowing my experiences to define me.
I love it.
You know,
I love
I
it.
just think.
And it's not just talk. Like, I can testify to that. And this was before the 50 years, before that she's been walking this out. Because, like I said, the minute that I met you, you were loving. The first day I met you, you hugged me. Like, it was like, here's this lady, this weird girl from Gardner that, like, doesn't even know her way around Kansas City. And there you were.
Praise God, praise
Yes.
God. I love that. I'm so crazy. Well, I don't know if it's crazy. I know I felt like the only person in the room before with a room full of people. You know what I'm saying? Where you go and it's just everybody's there, but you just, you know, and nobody say. I refuse. If I see you, I refuse to let people feel like that. It's like that's not godly.
Right.
That's not godly. And I want you to know that God loves you.
Right.
So if you talk to me, God loves you.
Right.
You know.
Sometimes we might be the only Jesus.
Yes.
that
Oh
we
my
see.
God, girl. Yes, absolutely. So he's got to look good on us.
Yes.
He's got to look good on us.
So good. Okay. I don't even want to stop her, but we are going to take a break. We'll be back for the next segment. Stay with us.
I thank God for my church. I really do thank God for my church home because that is one thing that they always push. Don't believe what I say, believe what Scripture says.
Yes.
And so now everything that I'm reading is not for me to be entertained. I look for the word that you give me, matches up Scripture. Hey,